good evening, everybody. Well, I coma Pueblo on a huff black night. Reservation radio, mystery lights. I pass an old man walking 9 miles from town. No house, no lights, no farms around. Well, a one-eyed Ford with a Blackfoot girl, just an Indian card from the spirit world. Claw out your eyes, it ain't what it seems. Welcome to Chief Seattle's dream. Well, a few more winners and a few more moons, then a war party raids your old bedroom, and an Apache horse thief flagged me down, just to warn me about a storm that makes no sound. Say, can you see the witness tree on a Badland bluff on the lone prairie? The dead remember when the world was free. Welcome to Chief Seattle's dream. Well, the Crowfoot dancers whistle bone. You better tell me a secret or leave me alone. Turn your headlight hard lights on high beams on the lost highway of Seattle's dream. When your pastures aplenty have all been spent on a trip to space for the 1%. They gotta go that far just to try to be alone. It's the pale face running from the red man's ghost. Say, can you see the witness tree on a Badland bluff on the lone prairie? The dead remember when the world was free. Welcome to Chief Seattle's dream. So it's a big old country, but take my dare. Bet anywhere you go, there's no there. And your high horse now is just dead meat. 'Cause your God ain't God in Seattle's dream. Say, can you see the witness tree on a Badland bluff on the lone prairie? The dead remember when the world was free. Welcome to Chief Seattle's dream. Welcome to Seattle's dream. Thank you. Thank you all so much. My name is David Huckfelt. I was trying to think if there's any place really in the country that I'd rather be than right here tonight, and I couldn't. So I'm so glad to be here with thank you. I'm so glad to be here with my longtime Iowa pal, William Elliott Whitmore. We go so far back you wouldn't even believe it. It just so happens that 25 some years later we land here at one of the last great roadhouse nightclub music venues on planet Earth. So oh, death, and I say, well, I'm in a coil. There is no death, just a change of worlds. I'm writing you this letter now, 'cause the end is not the end. It gets fragile when the seasons turn. The captive mind just burns and burns. I wanna be there when your ashes find a new home in the sky. 'Cause you light my way, make straight my path. All the way to heaven is heaven at last. And the first and final word is love. As below, it's so above. As below, it's over. When the frequencies are set to lies, the apocalypse will be televised. I'm whispering this love song. It's called Be Thou Not Afraid. And I think of you when the wood smoke curls on your journey to the spirit world. This tangled heart in the mist of sailors where they sleep. 'Cause you light my way, make straight my path. All the way to heaven is heaven at last. And the first and final word is love. As below, it's so above. As below, it's so above. As below. Thank you so much. It really is a pleasure. Will and I don't get a chance to see each other all that often because we're out there trying to ply our trades around in different places. But we both had our very first firstborn child, like within 1 day of each other. So I remember reconnecting, being like, "Hey, dude, how's it going down there? Remember that village that they said was going to be around to help raise these kids?" Well, it turns out there's a global pandemic and we're all at home. And my son couldn't meet his grandparents. He had to sit in backyards with a little garden hose, a 6-foot perimeter. And we had to whisk him around to doctor's appointments in secrecy like he was the Dalai Lama or something. It was hard. It was very hard at first. It was like he was Jesse James. Everybody heard about him and nobody ever saw him. Just a little outlaw. And this summer in Iowa on the farm, Seed Savers, my son Billy and Will's daughter Jessie got to meet for the first time. It was the most beautiful meeting I've ever seen of two human beings. They ran up to each other on a hillside. They hugged each other, fell down, and rolled down the hill. It was meant to be. So somewhere around year 1.5 of pandemic, I wrote a song for Billy, kind of a strong heart song to try to get us through and connect us to the people we love. This is it. Not everything what seems holy is safe, so I'll build up a fire for you, give you a big head start on your daring escape from the selfish small they're gonna throw at you. You keep your diamond eye on your medicine pouch, your hideout map on the back of your head. You who never have known not a one bad thought, they're all gonna wanna know what's your plan. So keep the dream catcher on your lips tonight. Pull your blanket of stars to your chin all tight. Ever tell you about the night of your birth, at the golden glowing heart of the earth, at the golden glowing heart of the earth. You with tender foot in this trampled world, you live on sunlight, berries, and air. Well, before you even ask, the answer's yes. When exactly do we lose that flare? I figure all the clouds should know you by now. The squad is Z, that's what spirits say. I thought love was a wrench to tighten the nights. Then you slipped me through a hole in the day. So put the dream catcher on your eyes tonight. Pull your blanket of stars to your chin all tight. When they ask you where you're from and where was your birth, say the golden glowing heart of the earth, say the golden glowing heart of the earth. So once upon a gentle head on a chest, once upon a dimple where the angels sing, not a broken reed, a bent blade of grass. You got your home on your back, don't you fear a thing. I love you, Billy, like a long, slow day. Somewhere you stop that you'd like to stay, when everybody's taking their guns to town. Quick, draw your love and spread it around. Just put the dream catcher on your heart tonight. Pull your blanket of stars all across the sky. If anybody asks you what a soul is worth, say the golden glow, heart of the earth. Say the golden glow, heart of the earth. Say the golden glowing heart of the earth. Thanks, y'all. Thank you so much. They say, you know, it's true what they say. They grow up so fast. I was driving in the car this last week, and Dad, because he's touring a lot, Dad had the date mixed up for a birthday party. It happens. We showed up there at the playground, and there was no one there. And so we just made the best of it. We played for a while, and got back in the car, and we're driving home. And the dude's 4. He's 4 and a half. And he's in the back seat. He says, you know, Dad, with all the busyness of today, now the day has been completely compromised. And I said, man, I said, where did you learn that? It's been compromised, huh? He said, I didn't learn it. It's just something you did to today. I think the last mile I drove home in silence. Usually it would be too late in the season to play this song, but as I was driving over here from from Minneapolis to Chicago, I was remembering the one and only time that my band, The Pines, got to open for John Prine. It's quite an honor, as you can imagine. And we'd met John before in passing, but I assumed we wouldn't see him, and probably wouldn't see our show or anything like that. But lo and behold, at the Genesee Theater, I think it's Waukegan, right? And the side of the stage, just during the first 3 songs, is John Prine hanging out watching us play. And I thought, well, that's really generous of the man, you know. And so we went up at Bardille and get off, and John goes up and does 3 or 4 songs, and he said, how about those Pines boys anyway? People clapped, and he said, he said, they're pretty good. If they get any better, I'm gonna whoop their asses. So because it's still in the 60s and 70s, I thought I'd play you this song. Maybe summer will come to an end at some point. It's a John Prine song. Well, summer's in, is round the bend, just flying. The swimming suits are on the line, just drying. I'll meet you there for our conversation. I hope I didn't ruin your whole vacation. Well, you never know how far from home you're feeling till you watch the shadows cross the ceiling. Well, I don't know, but I can see it's snowing. In your car, the windows are wide open. Come on home, come on home. You don't have to be alone. Just come on home. Will Valentines break hearts and minds at random? That Easter egg ain't got a leg to stand on. But I can't tell that you can't win for trying. And New Year's Eve is bound to leave you crying. Come on home. Come on home. You don't have to be alone. Just come on home. Come on home. You don't have to be alone. Just come on home. Will the moon and the stars hang out in bars just talking? You know, I still love that picture of us walking. But just like that old house we thought was haunted, summer's end came faster than we wanted. Come on home. Come on home. You don't have to be alone. Just come on home. Come on home. You don't have to be alone. Just come on home. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Is everybody doing okay, by the way? Saturday night. You know what that means. I don't know. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Like, for instance, I forgot my enormous glass of whiskey that I was going to bring out here, and so I know. Can I get, only in Chicago will people be like, oh, sad. Let's see. Old friends know, they just know. The night is young, let's not push it, okay? I've got, I have some vinyl records over here, and I also have a new t-shirt. I think the t-shirt is the best t-shirt I've ever made. It's, I put my dream tour on the back of it. It's, these are all real towns. They are far, far out of the beaten path. They're so far out. People think I made them up, and I put this t-shirt online, and people started writing me, and they said, oh my God, when are you going to come to Satan's Kingdom, Massachusetts? Did you already play Bridal Veil and Climax, Oregon, or is that still? I try to tell people this is theoretical. If my get rich slow program works out, I'll be at every one of these towns. Certain songs that you write, that every line could have been its own song, and it's got everything to say about what I felt I'm not saying about America at the time. I wrote this song called King Whirl, and I thought it's worthy of a Chicago audience. In this old world where world is king, look away, bound away from the feather to the wing. For the least and the last and the lost we sing, turning the wine back to water. Well, tonight I smell the smoke from an undead fire. Black Elk, he listens to the lonesome choir. St. Francis and the Wolf in their funeral attire, turning the wine back to water. Tell me when the horses of war will be on Flower Mountain, loose and free. We'll close the big banks of misery, turning the wine back to water. In this old world where world is king, look away, bound away from the feather to the wing. For the least and the last and the lost we sing, turning the wine back to water. Well, there's golden handcuffs on your mind there, kid. The black snake is crawling in the watershed, and there's star-spangled nails on your coffin lid, turning the wine back to water. All I know is you could be love, you could see love every day. Your heart's desires flying, floating all the way. Just hold on to your lover like you could yesterday, turning the wine back to water. In this old world where world is king, look away, bound away from the feather to the wing. For the least and the last and the lost we sing, turning the wine back to water, turning the wine back to water. Uh-huh. Thank you so much. Will and I were comparing our evenings last night to one another. Very different, very similar in some ways. I was playing at a barn that was I mean, I'm from Iowa too, so when I say barn, I mean a certain thing, but this barn was an art gallery full of, in the border of Wisconsin and Minnesota, and it had, it had collections, sculptures, paintings from around the world, and I felt very out of place. It's not like my grandparents' barn. And we're talking, I mean, we keep going around to these places, trying to offer up music, and then in some ways trying to turn the temperature down on the heated discourse going on. I think of myself as traveling around trying to just turn the temperature down a little bit and make some space for people to talk, but there's this, and again, no offense, but there's this billionaire dude from Manhattan who keeps fucking turning the temperature up all the time. And it's looking in people's eyes when we finally gather together in spaces like this. Everybody I know is pushed into some kind of corner and made to feel that your neighbor is your enemy in some way. And it's so not true. And I think music, like Will and I were talking, is one of the last places where maybe you can check your bias and your weapons and your defenses at the door, and you can gather. And it's not easy to go around doing this because people have been taught that they should fear each other and that we should all be at each other's throats, but I don't think we should. And so as far as I'll go, I don't want to tell you what to think. I don't want to tell you what to vote for or anything, but maybe just when you think about your kids and other people's children and our little old planet, compassion, it wins the day. It always will. This next song is, it's 49 questions. It's called The Book of Life. I think it's all in here. One way or the other. Where are we going? Why are we leaving? Why do we suffer? What is the meaning? How do we live by? Who would you die for? What would you cry for? And is it all real? Do we have free will? What are the numbers? What is your passion? Why are you grateful? What makes you happy? What gives you courage? What does your heart say? Everything's a miracle. Answers in the book of life. Answers in the book of life. Who are your neighbors? What will your friends say? Who is the kindest? What makes you proudest? What makes us good friends? Why am I different? Why do I struggle and why do I hurt me? We all worry. Why do we promise? What is existence and why does it matter? Who should I stand by? Seeds of the future, rise of humanity, everything is sacred. Answers in the book of life. Answers in the book of life. So don't get excited, be conscientious. Who do I run to? What do I stand for? Who should I play for? What should I pay for? What makes it worthwhile and how do I see? How will I hear it? How will I move it? If I get near it, how will I get through it? It's all amazing and everything's wonderful, but life is sadness and love is the answer. The answer's in the book of life. Answers in the book of life. Thank you. Thank you so much. Cheers, Berwyn. In every sense of the word. I'm just going to tell you the truth of it. I remember so clearly driving down a gravel road in Johnson County, Iowa, and I was with a friend of mine. That's right. That's right. It's an epicenter of sanity, creativity, weird, wild shit. And a friend of mine popped in a cassette tape and played it for me. And at that point, I was so naive and proud of myself. I thought I knew the sound of every single dead blues man that ever lived. And I said, well, "Who was this?" And because I thought it had to be from the 30s. And she said, "This is my friend Will. He just made this record. It's a long time ago." And the truth is, I've been knocked out by Will's songs for a long time, but even more so like the size of his spirit and the way that he just knocks down all the petty little walls between people, and he can open up for metal bands and punk bands, and just that it reminds me of the best parts of Iowa, which is that we used to take care of our neighbors and take care of our young and be proud of where we're from. And I see Will as like flying that banner high and proud. So that's my way of saying I'm really, really excited to be here with Will tonight. And I'm gonna do one more song and turn it over. Come over, say hello, check out those crazy ass tour dates. You guys have been so fantastic. Thank you so much for listening. This is one of the oldest songs in the American Songbook. It's a song that Will's covered and maybe like 500 other artists, but I put it in a little slant. There's a cowboy mentality that has been pretty prevalent, and for this song, it's called "Bury Me Not," the dying cowboy. So we're gonna put the cowboy in the ground for a little bit, let him be quiet. He's been loud for about 500 years, and we'll just see whether voices are out there a little bit. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. These words came low, mournfully, from the pallid lips of a youth who lay on his dying bed at the close of day. Bury me not on the lone prairie, where the wild coyotes will howl over me, where the buffalo roam on the prairie sea. Bury me not. prairie. Makes no difference, I've been told, where the body lies. When life grows cold, just grant, I pray, one wish to me. Bury me not on the lone prairie. Don't listen to the enticing words of Elon Musk and the man who heard. If you do, you're gonna rue the day you left your homes for the lone prairie. Bury me now, lone prairie, where the rattlesnakes rattle, the wind blows free, the tumbleweeds roll across the prairie sea. Bury me now on the lone prairie. Well, the cowboys gathered all around the bed to hear the last words the comrade said. Partners all, take warning from me, never leave your homes for the lone prairie. Bury me not, but his voice fell there. Paid no heed to his dying prayer. A narrow grave, 6 by 3, buried him there on the lone prairie. A narrow grave, just 6 by 3, buried him there on the lone prairie. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Take a short break. My name is David Huckfelt. Will Whitman's coming right up. Thank you so much.